Welcome to the Deliciously Simple Food channel. I'm Shelly, and I would love it if you came and cooked with me today. Come on! Hello! Welcome to the Deliciously Simple Food channel. I'm Shelly, and today we're going to make two of the most amazing Brussels sprout salad. Now, I think Brussels sprouts kind of gets a bad rap. Whenever you ask people, what type of vegetables don't you like, or which vegetables don't you like? Inevitably, Brussels sprouts will be on the list for many people. But there are some really great ways to cook Brussels sprouts. You can chop it up and put it in a stir fry. You can put it in a fried rice. You can also add Brussels sprouts to a coleslaw. And today we're going to make a delicious or two delicious salads with Brussels sprouts with some cooked and raw ingredients. So let's bring you into this counter and show you what we got going on here. So I brought you into the counter here so you can see what we have going on. Now, a Brussels sprout salad wouldn't be a Brussels sprout salad without the main ingredient, Brussels sprouts. So I've got like 4 cups of Brussels sprouts in here that I just chopped in half. Over here we have 2 red onions, small, that I just chopped in sort of slices, and that's gonna go in with the Brussels sprouts. Now for the first salad, it'll be Brussels sprouts, onions. I've got 1 cup of chopped raw cauliflower. I've got a 1/4 cup here of cranberries, dried cranberries. And I had some leftover sweet potatoes, and it's a cup of leftover sweet potatoes that I had, and that's gonna make the first salad. Now the second salad is gonna be, again, the Brussels sprouts with the onions, and then we're gonna have some broccoli, which is 1 cup of broccoli. I have some corn that I just took from a can, which is canned corn. And I have 1.5 peppers here that we're gonna roast, and we're gonna add to the Brussels sprout salad. So now that I showed you what's on the counter, you're probably thinking to yourself, Shelly, what are you gonna season all this stuff with? How are you gonna bring all of these flavors together? And so I also have some simple ingredients: olive oil, salt, and pepper. And some of the other things will be completely without seasoning, but we'll add it in with the Brussels sprouts, which will have the olive oil, salt, and pepper. And the other ingredients that don't have any seasoning, like the corn, like the roasted red peppers that we're gonna do, they're gonna bring their own flavors in there, so you don't need to add a whole bunch of other flavorings in this salad. It's gonna be a simple salad that anybody can make with the ingredients they have in their own home. The first thing we wanna do is get started with the Brussels sprouts. So I'm just gonna bring this bowl here in front of us, so that way you can sort of see the process as we go along. And I'm just gonna take my Brussels sprouts and I'm gonna pour it in here. We're gonna bake these Brussels sprouts for 350 degrees in the oven, along with the onions here that we got going on. So we're gonna put the onions in here as well that we've chopped up, and make sure that the slices are separated nicely, so that way you can mix it up and put it in the oven. So I'm just gonna make sure that these slices are separated here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my seasoning at this time. So the first seasoning that you wanna add is olive oil. So the olive oil, I have a measuring cup here, so I make sure that I don't put too much oil in anything. I have 1 tablespoon, and I probably won't use all the tablespoon of olive oil that we have here. So I've used about 3/4 of a tablespoon of olive oil here. And we're gonna put that in here so that way it doesn't mess up everything. And then the next ingredient that we're gonna add is we're gonna add some salt, and we're gonna add some black pepper. And so I have some pink Himalayan salt here, and I'm gonna add about, it looks like about 1 teaspoon or 3/4 of a teaspoon, and I probably won't add all of that. So it looks like I probably added about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt in here. And the next ingredient that I'm gonna add is black pepper. So we're gonna make sure that the Brussels sprouts itself has a really nice flavor. And so when it comes out of the oven, you can also taste that flavor from the Brussels sprouts, and it will bring the seasoning to the salad itself. So I have about 3/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper in there as well. So that is our Brussels sprout salad mix, the first sort of mix that we're gonna throw into the oven to get started. And it's really, really simple salad. There's nothing to it. There's nothing that you have to think, oh my gosh, what are the ingredients? Do I have to go and buy these ingredients at the store? You don't have to buy the ingredients at the store. Just make sure that when you put your seasoning in here, that you actually go ahead and stir it up. Make sure that all of the Brussels sprouts is coated with the olive oil and is coated with the salt and is coated with the pepper. And you're probably thinking, if you're not a person that adds a lot of salt to your meal, you're probably thinking, ooh, Shelly, that's a lot of salt in the Brussels sprouts. And it technically is a lot of salt in the Brussels sprouts right now. But when you add the other ingredients that we're not going to put any seasoning on, you'll see that the salted flavor really sort of brings up everything. And it really sort of makes it taste really delicious, and it's not too salty after all. So now that I've mixed this thoroughly here for you, and you can see what we have going on here, I'm just going to move this out of the way over here, and we're going to get this into the oven. So let's go ahead and put that into the oven right now. All right. Now, you've just seen me put the Brussels sprouts in the oven. I've already preheated the oven to 350 degrees, and I just put the Brussels sprouts in there without foil paper covering it. I'm hoping to get a little bit of browning that happens to the Brussels sprouts. Sometimes it's hit and miss, sometimes you get some browning, sometimes you don't. It really depends on the Brussels sprouts, I think sometimes. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna prep the roasted red peppers, and we're gonna also do a little bit of a browning on the broccoli itself. So let's get started on that process right here. So the first thing we wanna do is make sure that you have a pan that you can put in the oven, and we're gonna leave it uncovered because we want the red peppers to be roasted. I've left it at 350 degrees so that way it may not come out looking brown as you do if you sort of broil it, but it will sort of be partially cooked. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna just put this right on the pan or whatever dish you have, and it's the same thing with the broccoli. We're gonna put that here on the pan, and I'm dropping broccoli as I talk to you here, but we're gonna put that broccoli on the pan. And so with the broccoli, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put some olive oil, we're gonna put some salt, and we're gonna put some pepper. And this is the only other thing that we're actually seasoning here, because I find that broccoli to be a little bit bitter. So some people will say, no, Shelly, the broccoli isn't bitter at all. But for some reason, I find broccoli to be a little bit bitter. So I'm just gonna get a pinch here of salt, nothing much, and a pinch of olive oil and a pinch of pepper. And so this is just to make sure that the broccoli gets cooked a little bit. And you'll see me sort of stick my hand in my seasoning here, but you know what? My hand's clean, and this is how like real chefs do it. They sort of, you know, put their hands all over their stuff. And I'm just, you know, mixing this up so that way the broccoli is coated with the olive oil, it's coated with the salt, it's coated with the pepper here. And we're gonna put this in the oven as well. And we're gonna make sure that these are partially cooked, somewhat toasted, and ready to go. So once these are cooked, then we're gonna get back at it, and then we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients to the salad. We are back. Now what I've done is I've taken out the peppers and the broccoli out of the oven before they get too cooked, and then we're gonna put it in the bowl. So let me bring you in here so you can see what it looks like now that we've sort of partially cooked both the broccoli and the peppers. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but the broccoli has its classic bright green look to them, and they're sort of slightly browned on some of the edges here. If I move back to the peppers, you'll notice that the peppers have sort of curled in a little bit along the edges. And this is exactly what I wanted. I didn't want it to be too roasted, because sometimes if you roast it too much, it can make the salad soggy. So it all depends on what you like here, how you like your Brussels sprouts, how you like your broccoli, or how you like your peppers. Just roast it or do it to your liking, and then we'll get that salad made here. Now, I just put this broccoli in this bowl here, and we're gonna cut up these sweet peppers and put them in the bowl as well. And so we're gonna make sure that everything is prepped so that when the Brussels sprouts done, it just goes right into these two bowls, and then we can start to make our salad. So, in order to sort of chop up the sweet peppers here, it all depends on how you like it. If you like your sweet peppers to be cubed, or if you like your sweet peppers to be, elongated strips, you can do it however you want to do it, and it's totally up to you. What I find with adding these sweet peppers here to the salad is that the sweet peppers really gives a nice sweet taste to the two ingredients in here that might be slightly bitter. So I find that the broccoli is slightly bitter, and same thing with the Brussels sprouts is slightly bitter. But pairing it with some sweet vegetables like these peppers here really brings a lot of sweet flavor to the salad, along with the salt and pepper seasoning that's been added. And so, one of the most addictive things is that combination between salty and sweet, right? That's why people love certain foods, because of that combination with salty and sweet. And we have that combination here in this particular salad. So I'm just gonna finish up chopping up these sweet peppers here, and then we're gonna get all the ingredients added to the salad. And you can see that I'm chopping up these sweet peppers. I'm not going crazy here. This salad is really, really easy to prepare, and it doesn't take much time at all once you know the ingredients that you want to actually add in your salad. And so one of the things that I think people often think is like, oh, I can't go plant-based because, it's gonna take too long to get all of the stuff prepared. And, some people are just not sure what ingredients or what seasonings that they should use in order to make their food taste good. And I'm here just to say, really, it's the really simple ingredients, the basic ingredients. You pair them well together and it'll taste fantastic. Now I've got my broccoli, I've got my sweet peppers, and I'm gonna put some corn in here. Now this is 1 can of corn. I probably won't put this whole can of corn in here. So I'll probably put, this is about half of a can of corn in here. And we're gonna leave that here and wait for the Brussels sprouts to come out of the oven. The other thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add in the second bowl for the second salad, we're gonna have our cauliflower, and we're gonna put that here. And then we're gonna put in our cranberries. This is the sweetness to counteract the Brussels sprouts. It's a little bit bitter. And I'm gonna heat up this leftover sweet potato, and then we're gonna pop it in here and then put the Brussels sprouts, make the salad, plate it, and eat it. So I'll be back soon. Brussels sprouts are finito. Now I've just taken this out of the oven, and I want you to come and take a closer look at the Brussels sprouts here. Now look at these Brussels sprouts. While they were in the oven, I stirred it a few times, and the total cook time was, I think, about 20 minutes to a half an hour, and it'll all be based on your stove and also your Brussels sprouts and how you're cooking it. So this is what the Brussels sprouts look like, and we're gonna get that in the salads here. Since our Brussels sprouts are done, let's get that in here. So the bowl is a bit hot, so I've got these sort of oven mitts here that I'm going to use, and I've got my 2 stirring spoons that I used from before. And the first thing we're gonna do is get some of this Brussels sprouts and onions, about half of them, into one bowl and half of it into the other bowl. So the first salad would end up being 2 cups of Brussels sprouts with 1 small red onion, and the next salad here, the next bowl, will also have 2 cups of Brussels sprouts with 1 small red onion. So I think that's about half of it there in that bowl. And we're gonna bring this other bowl a little bit closer, and we're gonna put the next half of the Brussels sprouts in the other bowl for the other salad here. And then we're gonna bring you up close and personal so you can see how these salads look like as I mix it up. And you can tell me for yourself whether you would like to make salads like this. So if you have any comments about this salad, you can leave your comments down in the comment section below. I'll also leave some recipes for this salad in the description of this video below. So you can take a look at them, make them at your leisure, and hopefully I can hear from you and let me know whether you like the salads or not. Now I'm gonna bring you up close and personal so you can see what these salads look like as I mix it up. Because I think the visual aspect of this salad is so amazing. Whenever I make a salad or I make something to eat, the visual aspects is what makes that food taste so much better. So I'll bring you in so you can see what the salad looks like as I actually mix it up, and then we'll plate and we'll eat. Woo! So take a look at this salad as I mix it up, and you can see the colors, you can see the different flavors and the different flavor profiles that's gonna go into a salad like this. You've got your corn for the sweetness, the peppers for the sweetness, and you've got some broccoli in here, and you've got some Brussels sprouts and onions. Now this is a fantastic salad that you can make here on your own. Really simple salad to make, and it's gonna taste amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna plate it up over here so that way we can taste our salad that we've just made, and it's going to taste fantastic. Now this salad, you can eat it cold or you can eat it warm. I prefer to eat my salads warm, but you can do either or. So now that I've made this salad, I'm gonna bring you over to the other salad here, and we're gonna make sure that you get to see what this salad looks like as well. Now, it's quite a different salad here. So you've got the white parts for the cauliflower, you've got green, you've got red here with the cranberries, that sweet and salty taste in here as well. If you wanted to add some of the leftover corn from the can, you can add that in here as well, like I'm gonna add right now. And you can make the salad however you want to make it. And so, you know, it's all about improvising in the kitchen. And look at this color that's in this salad. It's absolutely amazing here, the color that's in this salad. And so we're gonna plate this up as well, and then we're gonna get started on the eating. So I'm gonna pull this plate here, and we're gonna plate up this salad. And as I plate it, I'm just looking at the salad. It's absolutely amazing. And this is what I love about being plant-based, is that you can improvise, you can add to things, you can take away from things. It doesn't have to be all the same all the time. And I think that's where sometimes we can trip ourselves up. We can think, oh my gosh, it has to be the same. Everything has to be the same, and it doesn't. So this is the salad with the broccoli, and then this is what the salad looks like with the cauliflower. Amazing. Now that these salads are plated, let's go ahead and try the salads and see what they taste like. So I'm sort of at a loss here. I'm not sure which salads to try first, but I'll try the first one that's in front of me. This is the one with the cranberries and the cauliflower along with the Brussels sprouts. So let's see if I can get a full forkful of all of the ingredients all in one. The cranberries really add some sweetness to this, which makes it really, really nice. And I can eat this salad all day long. And this salad here with the roasted red peppers, I find anything that has red peppers in there really tastes good. So I'm gonna try here to get ones with, really good as well. With these salads, you can make them however you like. Mix and match, absolutely amazing. Really, really good salads. If you can, make these salads yourself and let me know in the description below how you like them. And if you like this video, please give it a like or a thumbs up. Please subscribe and click the notification bell so you can get notified of my next videos. So we'll see you in the next video that I do. See ya, ciao.